All right, so then if you wanted to do a nice little flower arrangement for your dining room table or your entranceway, living room, wherever, I've started here with, just a simple vase. I love the marbles. Not only does it add to the flower arrangement, but it also helps to hold your items in that you want to put in your flower arrangement. So I'm just using these evergreens, which are right now it's really nice because since you have different shops around the city that are selling Christmas trees, many times you can just get the extra branches and they'll even just give them to you. So that's an added economical plus. And as we all know too, it's so nice at this time of the year that the evergreen and then this eucalyptus adds a nice aroma. Because we also know that beauty is not just through our senses. Not just through our sight, our sense of sight, but that we experience it in all of our other senses. Touch, taste, a very good meal, smell. It really helps to add to that we sense beauty through our sense of smell too. So even though maybe if you're not, it's not the Christmas season, it's another season, and maybe your flower arrangements don't smell quite as nice as that, you can use your essential oils. I have peppermint and lavender here that if you do have a diffuser, that you can use that, in your room, in your home, in your apartment, or you can put a few drops in your flower arrangement and that'll help to add, again, it's just, we want to experience beauty in all, like I say, in all of our senses, and that helps us. And then, or also just having some nice music playing in the background. And then too, I was reading this article about the importance of setting your table and sitting down. Having everything there is also very good for good eating habits and digestion. To eat in peace is very, very important. And then, even, away from social media. Now, right now, this is very difficult, as, some of you maybe, it's true, having your meals alone. And it's true that maybe you do want to have it with someone. So I do recommend that, FaceTiming someone after you've set your table, having a dinner date that way is a great idea. So yes, using your, your technology in those sort of ways is also very beneficial. So, okay, I'm almost done here. And then I'm just gonna fill it in with some simple carnations. I'd like to share with you some tips of when you're purchasing flowers. What you wanna do is, especially roses, flowers of that nature, because you don't wanna get home and think like, oh great, I made this beautiful arrangement, and then it's dead the next day. So you do want fresh flowers. And the way you can tell that is when you feel the bulb of the flower. If it's firm, it's fresh. If it's wimpy and soft, don't get it. No matter how beautiful it might look, please, I prefer you to branch out and get something that maybe you're not so familiar with, but that is fresh. And because too, carnations, if you change the water every day, which I know that's a lot. Usually I do like every other day, I'll be very honest. They do recommend you to change water daily in your flower arrangement so that it lasts longer. But like I say, we all have busy lives. So yeah, every other day can also work. These can last 2 weeks, no problem. Carnations are a very hardy flower that will last a while. Roses can last a week. The other thing I meant to, sorry, I'm not really explaining this as well. I should have, when I'm cutting the stems, I want to cut it, you want to cut it on an angle because that provides more surface space for it to drink the water. Whereas if you're just cutting it straight across, then you're not gonna get as much, it's not gonna be able to drink as much as it could. Okay, so there we have it, you know, just simple flour. Oh, another tip, when you do go to change the water, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't wanna take the whole thing apart. No, neither would I. Kind of hold it together, dump, and then add more. Another way to do it, what I've done also is I put the whole arrangement in the sink, turn on the cold water, and just let it run over. It floods it. When you're done, you're going to, you know, tip off and drain any extra water, dry it really well, and then your arrangement stays in shape, and you don't have to, but you're still giving it new, clean, fresh water. And then these were some baby's breath that I've had around for several weeks now. You know, baby's breath kind of lasts very long, so you can just reuse him. And that just kind of adds to the festivity of it. And there you have it. And then, so say maybe you're like, oh, that's so beautiful, or maybe you have a vase that isn't so beautiful. Well, I love ribbon. Especially the ribbon with the wire on it. You can just do so much. It can be just a very elegant or not so elegant way to decorate. So you have your ribbon here. What you want to do when you make a bow, usually you want to make the bowed areas, the loop part a bit small, because then you can always pull it through and make it larger. I just find that you have better control that way. And then there you have it. You can make it the loops as large or as small as you want. The tails also, you could have it, you know, dangling down, or you can trim it. I'll let you be creative and do whatever you like with that. Then we're gonna go on to another vase here. I have what is called a flower frog. It's actually, you can get these, you know, easily from Amazon, but it's funny, when I put it in, it took a while for Amazon to understand what a flower frog was. So in case you're wondering why it doesn't understand, I had difficulty with it too. But it helps to hold your flowers in place. Maybe what I'm going to do is trim this one down a bit. And you learned from Tracy with your vignettes that you want to use odd numbers. It's typically more pleasing to the eye when it comes to decorating. I know that seems a bit odd, but then you don't have to worry about the evenness of the even numbers. You can be a bit more creative. And let's see if I'm going to add one more little greenery here. Oops. So we have that. Oops. Yeah, they're great, but they do tend to be a bit challenging sometimes. Let me make sure this is a bit more secure. Sorry, better make sure to get that in the nail. It doesn't want to go. All right, there we are. We're going to gently put it into here. And, oops, I've realized I want to put some marbles at the bottom so that will cover up our frog. And then what we're going to do is fill the entire thing with some water. And there you have it. And then on top, what you can do is, now I realized, I apologize, I think I did the height a bit too high of the flowers, because what would have been better if I had done them a bit shorter. Sorry about that. And then you could put the candle on top, and there you have it. that it creates like a three-dimensional, now it's going to be really challenging to light this candle. You'll have to wait a little bit before the wick dries out. But anyway, there you have the idea at least. So again, you have different elements going on, but that it's a nice thing. Or if you just think, oh, just a little water at the bottom is totally fine, or not even the candle, whichever way you like. But I just wanted to show you some different options there. And for our last one, oh, that's true. I was going to do, again, some more marbles. Now, if you don't have marbles, no problem. Or you can, again, you can easily get some, even like, sometimes you walk into H&M or Kohl's or Marshall's, and they have like the little home goods section. I love that you can, you went in there to buy a skirt, but you're actually going to come out with, a nice tablecloth or something of that nature. So here you have this, and then you can float your flowers. Now, carnations are not the best floaters, but you know what are really good are like the Mums. Oops, and this still had I forgot to remove it from the tin here. We'll just, because I find that sometimes it's really hard to pull it out, the candle. But if you just give it a little snip, there you are, and there you are. And then you have your little flowers floating around with your candles. And there's another little, flower arrangement. And I'll do one last one. I'm going to put this candle onto this flower frog here. What we'll do is we'll remove these, or at least you get the idea there. We'll put the flower frog, whoops, I have to put that candle back on, inside here. Make sure it's secure. He doesn't really want to do this. All right, there we have it. Nope. So what I recommend is making sure you, this is where you are definitely going to have to change your water since you have all the wax floating around in there. And then we're going to put some more of our flowers and greens, kind of of the same nature, and then add more of the marbles, and there you have it. Just a fourth little flower arrangement there. So that's all we have for this evening, and excited to hear about your creative ideas. Thanks so much.